folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tip-off goes to Seattle. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. There's Boucher out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Westbrook in at the point. Now, here's Anunoby. Double team on Westbrook to the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Anunoby, good. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
Here's Isaac. That one misses. So the Bulls will take it the other way. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike D'Antoni. He understands they're facing a team that can put up points in a hurry. He said they need to put forth a great effort defensively to prevent scoring runs. They can't afford to let those guys get hot and stay hot. We'll see who wins the battle of wills here tonight.
All right, David, sounds like they're very concerned about preventing an early run by their opponent.
No doubt. You don't want to play catch-up if you can avoid it. They're going to lean on their defense to try to keep this game in check.
Yeah, and you know, it's a tall task. Great offense tends, in most cases, to beat great defense. They've got their work cut out for them.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. 6 on the shot clock. Plumlee, the pass to Porzingis. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
Yeah, early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Pass to Capella. Isaac right side. The pass to Westbrook. Westbrook double team. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Here's Anunoby. They get it back. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Anunoby passes to Isaac. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's his first foul. .153 left to play in the first. Anunoby against LeVert. Shot clock at 5. Westbrook double team. Anunoby has the open look. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Anunoby's got 6 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, you know, I did not think I'd ever see a player equal Oscar Robertson's triple-double average for a season, which the Big O did back in '62. Then along came Russell Westbrook. Another level. Did it for 3 straight seasons, making an indelible mark in the history books.
Now here's Porzingis. Now LeVert. Here's Plumlee. Porzingis trying to get free, and he banks in the layup.
Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
And last season, Westbrook passing the great Magic Johnson for second all-time in career triple-doubles. Does he catch Oscar Robinson with 181?
I think he does, Greg. I think he's got a chance anyway, I should say that. Just to be in the conversation speaks volumes to all you need to know about Russell Westbrook's greatness.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy?
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Now here's LeVert. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Boy, he's getting smarter at reading these situations, guys. LeVert's basketball IQ and pick and rolls ascending.
Here's Westbrook to the middle. Here's Capella, and it's denied. Now here's LeVert. Anunoby sends it back. Isaac outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Seattle with their lead standing at... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Here are the five for Seattle to start the second quarter. We've got Russell Westbrook. Clint Capella is out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Anunoby in at the 2 spot.
Defense all over Westbrook there, but he's crafty. He's slick, and he was focused on that shot.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Porzingis. Anunoby against LeVert. Back to Porzingis. LeVert in the corner. Those three-pointers off the mark. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Seattle. 6-point game. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, you watch Westbrook play, and he seems like he's relentlessly hungry and borderline angry. He never settles, always in full attack mode.
Now here's LeVert. And it's good, 2 points. Bulls got his first points of the night.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. And here are the Bulls now after the basket by Seattle. They get a hand on it. And they're on the break. Launches the three. And again, Seattle with the triple.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Passes it to Plumlee. Outside, Porzingis. LeVert against Anunoby. A nice shot by LeVert.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Hey, you can't diminish Westbrook's triple-doubles, but just as important to me are the intangibles. His passion, his tenacity, his competitive spirit and drive. I mean, that infects the whole team in a positive way.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
It's blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Bulls moving the ball around. Ball, the pass to Plumlee, and they call an illegal screen here. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 19. Isaac misses.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
LeVert kicks to Plumlee. Craig passes to LeVert. 6 to shoot. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
Pass to Isaac. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. LeVert against Anunoby. And it's LeVert missing. Now here's Westbrook. Defense is right there. That one drops for him. Westbrook's got 21.
Hey, we know this guy's a dynamic scorer, but what Westbrook really is an energetic, intense competitor.
Russell Westbrook has been
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, look, there was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 21 points. And that...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of it.
We've got LeVert. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Ball, and it's Craig in at the 3.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
On the court for Seattle, Russell Westbrook out there with Anunoby. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. Craig can't get it to go. Seattle leading by 15. From the arc, it's hauled in by Porzingis. Anunoby's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Back to Isaac, and Isaac throws it down.
And, you know, Isaac is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them. And he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
Now here's Plumlee. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Porzingis. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. And that one drops for him. Porzingis has got his second bucket tonight.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Anunoby with it. Now guarded by Ball. Anunoby passes to Westbrook. Over Porzingis. Westbrook, no good.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's slammed in by Plumlee. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
You know, he was born in Switzerland, guys. Clint Capella's had quite the journey to NBA stardom. I mean, started his pro career in France, and he was a late first-round pick in 2014.
Porzingis can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
The pass to Plumlee. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Westbrook surveying the D. And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, I tell you what, one of the things I love about Westbrook is the ferocity with which he attacks the rack. When he's driving inside, he's trying to punish the defender and the basket.
Porzingis can't hit. Seattle leading by 17. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Anunoby against LeVert. Shot clock at 6. A leaner. And that one goes long.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner.
And so it's Seattle. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Yo, watch it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. LeVert out there with ball. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Plumlee. And it's Craig in at the 3. Now here's ball to the inside. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a 3-point play chance here for him. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Seattle.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, if you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Here's LeVert, and it's blocked. Anunoby against Porzingis. Westbrook double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And, Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view. You've gotten a front court view. You've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people. And truly, they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6th+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
I like that. So here's Westbrook. After Jonathan Isaac's bucket, Capella, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, it's really hard to match up against Clint Capella's height and length. I mean, sometimes you got to foul him.
And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
That's a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
And it's put back up and in by Capella.
Well, Capella's tenacity is so impressive. I mean, he's got an unlimited abundance of energy when it comes to offensive rebound.
Here's Craig. Back to ball. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome, and outshoot excels at getting up and denying shots.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Seattle.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Russell Westbrook.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Seattle with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the dunk by Capella.
You know, when you're open on Westbrook's team, he makes sure to find you. He's a selfless distributor.
Westbrook against Ball. Pass to LeVert for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
LeVert showing you can rise up from deep. A quality shooter when given room to fire.
So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocked